circus is full of action, and without them, the nouns would never be able to fly through the air or defy the laws of physics. Verbs provide an action, condition, or state of being. Nothing, happens without verbs. At the heart of sentences and clauses, verbs show what the subject is doing or feeling, even if they're just existing. Verbs are also the only type of word that's absolutely necessary to make a sentence. Not even nouns, which represent things, need to be in every sentence. There are two kinds of verbs, transitive verbs or intransitive verbs. Transitive verbs transmit an action from the subject to the direct object. In other words, someone or something does something to someone or something. In the sentence, Noah hit his sister, Noah is transmitting the action of hitting upon or to his sister. Intransitive verbs express an action that is not transmitted to an object. An intransitive verb does not need a direct object. It expresses an action without a receiver. Don't be fooled by the sentence, Robert screamed for help. Robert screamed is a sufficient sentence and works. For help is a prepositional phrase and just adds extra information. Nouns cannot move without verbs, and verbs without tense would be stuck in a time vacuum. For sentences to show past, present, or future, verb tense is the great timekeeper. Grandma's chili was too fiery. Past tense. Was. She knows who is to blame. Present tense. Is. He will pay for it. Future tense. Will combined with pay. Because English has to be tricky and loves exceptions to the rule, some words have special conjugations to indicate past, present, or future. For instance, drink, the present tense, past tense is drank. Future tense is will drink. Active versus passive, knowing which one to use. Certain kinds of writing are best suited for the active voice, while the passive voice is most appropriate for other kinds of writing. Understanding how and when, and even more importantly why, to use each is key to being an effective writer and speaker. In the active voice, the subject is performing an action. The dog chases the ball. Notice how the subject dog is performing the action chase on the target of the action ball. This is a simple but direct example of the active voice. In the passive voice, the action's target, ball, is positioned first as the focus of the sentence. The sentence gets flipped and the subject is now being acted upon by the verb. In other words, the subject is passive. The ball is being chased by the dog. When to use. The passive voice has a subtler tone than the active voice has, and sometimes your writing needs this tone, like when you want your reader to focus on the action being described or the action's target, rather than who or what is performing the action. This is why passive voice is often used in lab reports. It conveys a scientific objectivity by minimizing the focus on the doer of the action. Although you may have been told, and frequent writing advice is passive voice is bad writing, it's actually more nuanced than that. For most of the writing you do, like emails, blog posts, and essays, the active voice is the more effective way to communicate ideas and themes and facts. But in other kinds of writing, passive voice is necessary. Think about how news reports about certain incidents, particularly crime, are written and delivered. The car was broken into on Elm Street last night. The cash was stolen from the register. And these kinds of reports, the passive voice is used to emphasize the action that occurred rather than the individual or group who committed the action, often because the perpetrator isn't known or hasn't yet been found guilty of the offense. There are other kinds of writing where the action itself, rather the doer of the action, is the primary focus. These include scientific and in some cases historical reports. These use the passive voice to keep the readers focused on what has happened or is happening. The rats were placed into the maze. The governor was inaugurated at the State House. Notice how in both of these sentences the doer of the action isn't mentioned. So, when should you use active versus passive voice? Use the active voice in any sentence that focuses on the doer of the action, unless the majority of your writing is scientific or reporting incidents involving unknown perpetrators. Most of the sentences you should write should be in, the active voice. But the passive voice is meant for sentences where you need to emphasize the target of the action or the action itself rather than who or what is performing the verb. To change passive voice to active voice, determine who's actually performing the action in the sentence. Then restructure the sentence so the performer is the focus, clearly performing the verb upon the sentence's direct object. Salsa dancing has always been loved by our community. Passive version or active version, our community has always loved salsa dancing. You can learn more and watch my other learning videos at my YouTube channel, Kristen Kendall. Sign up for my newsletter at my website, kristenkendall.com. Stay in contact at my Facebook page, Instagram, website, and join Writing Adventurers. As always, happy writing!